to DiVincenzo. Nearly stripped by McDaniels. DiVincenzo gets it back. Inside pass. Anunnoby throws it down. Dante DiVincenzo.
Watch here again, shot clock winding down. DiVincenzo to the basket, and OG fumbles a little bit, catches it, and look at that finish.
Let's talk about OG Anunnoby, the cool basketball player. The Knicks did a trade, but was it a good idea? Stick around to find out what happened. OG Anunnoby, standing at 6 feet 7 inches, is a highly versatile wing defender with a remarkable 73-inch wingspan. This unique feature enables him to effectively disrupt opponents' shots in diverse game situations. Anunnoby showcases his defensive prowess by adeptly picking up smaller guards beyond the three-point line, limiting their scoring opportunities. What sets Anunnoby apart is his ability to hold his own against bigger opponents, including forwards and even centers. His combination of height, wingspan, and defensive skills makes him a valuable asset on the court, whether it's contesting shots, preventing drives to the basket, or guarding against perimeter threats. Anunnoby's defensive capabilities contribute significantly to his team's success. In addition to his defensive skills, Anunnoby's versatility allows him to make impactful plays on both ends of the floor. Whether it's scoring, rebounding, or facilitating for teammates, he brings a well-rounded skill set that enhances his overall effectiveness as a player. OG Anunnoby is not just a defensive powerhouse, he's also got impressive mobility on the perimeter. This means he can keep up with fast and elusive backcourt players, making it difficult for them to drive to the basket or make successful plays. His agility allows him to navigate the court swiftly, keeping a close eye on his opponents and preventing them from making easy shots. One of Anunnoby's standout qualities is his knack for alerting shots with his long arms. Even if he's initially beaten on the perimeter, his length comes into play as he reaches out to disrupt and change the trajectory of shots. This ability adds an extra layer to his defense, making it challenging for opponents to score even when they seem to have an advantage. OG Anunnoby isn't just an outstanding defender, he's also highly skilled at maneuvering through screens and sticking close to the player with the ball. His ability to navigate around screens allows him to stay connected to the ball handler, making it tough for opponents to find open shots. When it comes to scoring, Anunnoby is a reliable threat from beyond the arc. His three-point shooting is impressive, hitting shots at a 37% accuracy rate while attempting more than 6 shots per game. This skill not only adds valuable points to his team's score but also forces opponents to respect his shooting ability, creating more offensive opportunities for himself and his teammates. OG Anunnoby's basketball skills extend beyond defense. He's got some impressive offensive moves too. His shooting mechanics are rock solid, and he's really quick at catching the ball and shooting. This makes him a serious threat when it comes to scoring from the outside. Anunnoby understands how defenses work, and he's smart about finding open shots on the three-point line to get the best possible shots. What's really cool is how he handles situations like the Spain pick and roll. That might sound fancy, but it's basically a strategic play when Anunnoby becomes a significant scoring threat from outside. His ability to shoot well forces the defense to pay attention to him, creating opportunities for his teammates. It's like a chess move in basketball. He positions himself cleverly to make sure the team gets high-quality scoring chances. So not only is Anunnoby a defensive powerhouse, but he's also a sharpshooter with a deep understanding of how to make the most of his scoring abilities, making him a versatile and valuable player on both ends of the court. OG Anunnoby is not just a defensive force, he's also a skilled offensive player. When he's attacking the basket with momentum, particularly in semi-transition situations, he becomes a real threat. His ability to move quickly and make decisions on the go makes him effective in pushing the pace and catching opponents off guard. Anunnoby's offensive arsenal includes a solid mid-range game. He's reliable when it comes to shooting from that in-between distance, making over 53% of his mid-range attempts. This makes him a valuable asset in situations where getting all the way to the basket might be challenging. What sets Anunnoby apart in the mid-range is his patience and smart use of his body. He doesn't rush his shots and takes the time to create separations from defenders. This skill is crucial at tight situations, allowing him to get off high-percentage shots, whether it's using a quick step back or a well-timed body movement. Anunnoby's ability in the mid-range adds another dimension to his overall offensive game. OG Anunnoby isn't just a defensive powerhouse, he's got some impressive offensive skills too. One of his strengths is taking advantage of his size and skill in post-up situations. When he's up against smaller defenders, he knows how to use his height and strength to exploit the mismatch, making it difficult for them to stop him. This makes him a reliable scoring option for his team. When it comes to scoring near the basket, Anunnoby is a force to be reckoned with. His physicality and athleticism make him a tough player to defend against in the paint. He excels at finishing plays around the basket, using his body to create the right angles for scoring. This ability not only adds points to the scoreboard, but also puts pressure on the opposing defense. OG Anunnoby isn't just about defense, he's got some impressive offensive skills too. One of his strengths is taking advantage of matchups. When he faces smaller defenders, he uses his size and skills to post up, creating mismatches that work in his favor. This means he can overpower and outmaneuver smaller opponents, giving his team a scoring advantage. Around the basket, Anunnoby is a force to be reckoned with. He's not just a finesse player, he's also physical and athletic, making him a reliable finisher. Whether it's through power moves or using his agility, he excels at creating scoring opportunities near the hoop. His ability to find finishing angles showcases his basketball IQ, knowing how to navigate through defenses to secure points for his team. So talking about the recent trade. At first, some folks weren't sure about the trade. They were scratching their heads, wondering if it fits into Knicks' big plans for the future. Questions popped up about giving away RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley, two guys the Knicks really liked and saw as valuable assets. But then they started noticing something special about the players they got in return: OG Anunnoby and Obi Toppin. These guys brought something new to the table, a mix of defensive skills and versatility that the Knicks didn't have before. Toppin especially stood out with his impressive defense and how well he gelled with the team. The Raptors were going through a bit of a makeover. They traded away Pascal Siakam, a key player, signaling that changes were on the horizon. In return, they got RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley, two rising stars that brought a fresh energy to the team. Barrett in particular was given a chance to spread his wings. He was handed more responsibilities on the offensive end, a chance to show what he could do. It was like Toronto saw something in him that others might have missed, and they were excited to see him grow. Quickley, on the other hand, became a valuable addition to the guard lineup. He wasn't just filling a spot, he was adding depth, giving the Raptors more options and flexibility. The front office wasn't just thinking about the next game, they were looking at the long game, considering Barrett and Quickley as assets that would pay off in the future. The Raptors knew they were in rebuilding phase, so they were all about developing their players. It wasn't just about winning now, it was about creating a solid foundation for the future. People started calling this trade a win-win because both teams seemed to get what they needed. In the end, this trade turned out to be the success story for both the New York Knicks and the Toronto Raptors. The doubts that lingered in the beginning slowly faded away as the players settled into their new homes. For the Knicks, Toppin's defensive prowess added a layer to their game they didn't have before, even though there was a gap left by Quickley. They were actively searching for someone to fill that role. The trade set the stage for the Knicks to aim higher, to think about that next big piece that could turn them into contenders. On the Raptors side, Barrett and Quickley became key players in their rebuilding journey. Barrett's increased offensive role showcased his potential, and Quickley became a valuable asset in the guard lineup. Toronto wasn't just thinking about today, they were investing in a tomorrow where these players would shine even brighter. So it wasn't just about the points on the scoreboard, it was about the growth, the development, and the potential for something great down the road. And that, my friend, is what makes a trade like this truly a win-win. For more such videos, like, share and subscribe to the channel.